This week, we share stories from our MMM communities in Brazil and Republic of South Africa for our Events Roundup. While an orphanage in Abuja, Nigeria is the recipient of our MMM Gives Back event. And for his Just an Opinion segment, Guider Emil San Juan gives us tips on what you can do when a donor for your Get Help request sends an efficient amount. Details in just a moment. To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your Mavro News channel.
So number 9 at the moment, of which by next year we have to be down at least for number 5. We have to just at least be the number 1, or we have to have the biggest population in Africa at least. So we need to become number 4.
That was Guider Sibusiso Zikalala during an opportunity presentation he organized for the people of Kwazimba in Durban last December 4, 2016.
So right now, let's a presentation of MMM South Africa.
He moved on to talk about an overview MMM and its current presence globally as peer-to-peer donation exchange community. He shared too that MMM's ideology is its foundation, why up to now it still exists and continue to grow. He added that this ideology is central to why Sergey Mavrodi launched MMM again in 2011 as a strategy to free people from the current unjust financial system. Guider Sibusiso went on and explained to them how the MMM system works. He stressed that MMM never collects money from its participants, so they should not treat it as a bank. He positioned Bitcoin too as an alternative and easier way to send donations online. Aside from showing them how sending and receiving with Bitcoin is done in MMM, he also taught them how to set up a wallet and where to buy and sell their Bitcoins. The latter part of the presentation was dedicated to the more technical things. He showed them how to register for an email, sign up for an MMM account, and access it. He navigated with them as well the ins and outs of the MMM personal office with highlight on how to provide help and get help. Another guider was also busy on the 4th of December last year. This time, the venue was at Epicenter Visana in Western Cape with Guider Lungeli Mutangwa as organizer. She had 15 guests in attendance who all were eager to hear about MMM community. She highlighted on the reasons why Sergey Mavrodi founded MMM. She added that since it was relaunched as a mutual aid community in 2011, MMM has spread like wildfire all over the world, and through exchanges of donation, it has helped millions of people towards path of financial independence. She added that since it was relaunched as a mutual aid community in 2011, MMM has spread like wildfire all over the world, and through exchanges of donations, it has helped millions of people towards the path of financial independence. Guider Lungeli next talked about how the community works and the many benefits it offers to people who are willing to work for them. She emphasized on the importance of participating only with spare money. She encouraged them also to read more about MMM, especially on the warnings and risks involved for those who will join. She challenged them to be active on inviting others, but also gave a reminder that they should deepen their understanding of the community ideology first before signing up anyone under their structure. Like what she did on her past events, Guider Noma had her home as the venue of her simple offline presentation about MMM last December 10, 2016.
Guys, ikaw malaming gunoma. Doon dyan na mo about to triple M class.
She had an intimate crowd of 4 people who were all active in asking questions all throughout the event. Part of her opening discussion was MMM's humble beginnings in Russia in 1989 to its relaunch in 2011. She told them that Sergei Mavrodi's vision is a world where the masses control the exchange of money, and not just some rich few like as it is now. She added that since 2011, MMM has grown into many communities around the globe and has been opening the minds of people about the sad reality of our unfair financial system. Guider Noma then explained that MMM is a mutual aid donation exchange platform where money is distributed in transparency and both parties are held accountable. She underlined as well the benefits that MM offers to its members, with caution on not being too greedy to a point where they may already donate using funds meant for other things. She added that though the rewards may seem big, MMM does not offer any guarantee that they would always get back their donated money. It is not the venue, it is the message that matters the most. This was what Guider Brenda Kumalo had in mind when she had her opportunity presentation for the people of Ngokokazi in Inanda on December 11th of last year. If Guider Noma is comfortable with a home setting, Guider Brenda was very much okay with doing it outside al fresco. The event was already on high gear. Even at the start of Guider Brenda's 8 guests started asking questions about the things they heard from the media about MMM collapsing. She was quick to dismiss it as just rumor and baseless. She cited that as a community of donation exchange, MMM's system does not collect money itself, so money just revolves around its members. Hence, it will only collapse if members stop providing help to each other. She assured them that the community is still alive, and a proof of which is her presence. After answering those sticky questions confidently, Guider Brenda was able to redirect them to listen about MM's history and ideology and how it really works. She also added the risks involved and tips for safe participation. The guests appreciated her effort to be thorough and they thanked Guider Brenda for making them understand better the workings of the MMM community. If Guider Brenda opted for the sunny outdoors, Guider Wasim Omar opted for the comfort of the indoors during his own presentation at Turncroft in Durban, also on the 11th of December last year.
All for attending this presentation of ours.
MMM is not only here for us to help us get donation rewards, but also to help us free ourselves from financial slavery. Is one way Guider Wasim explained about MMM on his opening statement. In discussing the benefits, he also mentioned that no one can ask for help if no one is donating new funds. He added that MMM does not issue loans, nor should it be treated as an investment or an HYIP or high yield investment program. And unlike banks, he said that MMM does not have a central account that people send money to because the design of the platform is for people to exchange donations directly, and MMM just records these things in the personal office of each member. His presentation may have been just for a quarter of an hour, but Guider Wasim made sure that he covered everything needed to help people decide whether to join MMM or not. On closing, he urged them to try the community using their spare funds and to invite people as soon as they experience the benefits. That was a snippet of Guider Mlopeni Dlamini as he was delivering his presentation about MMM last December 18, 2016 at the Jaconia Century in Durban. Speaking in mixed English and African while the MMM theme song was playing on the background, Guider Mlopeni showed his audience of 7 people how MMM can provide them a window of opportunity to liberate themselves from financial poverty. He also shared with them that in MMM everything is spelled out and laid bare, and that all they need is to read and fully understand the ideology of the community. He was upfront too in divulging that MMM Africa has already gone through a restart and stressed that there are no guarantees in this community. He assured them though that despite that, there are still many people willing to participate and exchange donations with other members. For our last story, we move to another continent as guiders of MMM in the city of Balsasma, Brazil, collaborated to do a presentation and gift giving on December 18, 2016. It was held in an open and airy environment, and their visitors were composed of 15 adults and more than 30 children. For the presentation proper, important things about MMM community in Brazil and information about its goals and ideology were presented. The adult guests were also shown how the platform works, its advantages, and also the risk that comes with participation. They were all attentive as these concepts are very new to them. After the presentation, a man clad in Santa Claus costume went out and started distributing toys as Christmas presents for the needy children around that area. Snacks such as cakes, popcorn, and soda personally prepared by the organizers were also shared by all present. This festive activity ended with a photo op with all the participants. Asked about the results of their event, the organizers expressed satisfaction as they received 4 applications for registration that day, with one already willing to provide help as soon as their account is up and running. Our MMM Gives Back story this week is from our community in Nigeria. On the first day of October last year, Guider Praise Wealth, together with his team, conducted a charity presentation at the Abuja Children's Home in Abuja State. Gifts they brought included posho, rice, other food items, and toiletries. The occasion was formally opened with a group prayer led by a representative of the orphanage. After that, Guider Praisewelt took over and introduced his team. He next shared to the volunteers and children present what MMM is and the ideology it is espousing. He also explained briefly its history, the aims and objectives it has for its members, and how the MMM donation platform works. After Guider Praisewelt talked about MMM, the representative from the shelter briefed the team on what the home does and its current status. He shared that most of the donation come from private individuals and non-government organizations, and very rare that they get anything from the government. He also expressed his deep thanks to the team for taking their time to visit the children in the center and bringing gifts.
Great day to all our viewers around the world. This is Emil and welcome to Just My Opinion. Continuing with our effort to discuss topics from our suggestion form, today we have a very interesting topic again, and this is related to GH or Get Help. We all knew that GH is the sweetest part of MMM because it gives you the chance to receive financial assistance from a co-participant. But have you ever been in a situation when your GH provider sent you an insufficient amount? How did you react or respond? Did you immediately send a report to the support team? Did you contact the person who was matched to your GH? So, in this segment, I am going to share my opinion on how you can handle this kind of situation. I remember way back, I think 2015, when I was just new to MMM, I'm very excited, especially when it was about time for me to get help. For a person with minimal resources at that time, GH serves as the extension of my income from my home-based business. The excitement and enthusiasm is always the same, except for one time that my GH provider sent me an insufficient amount for my GH. Just like any participant, of course, I was a bit disappointed because I always thought everything is going smoothly. But you know what I did? I responded positively to that situation. I didn't let that disappointment sink in and control my emotion. First, I consulted my guider on what to do and follow what he exactly told me. I contacted the person and told her that the amount she sent was insufficient versus the amount I requested. Fortunately, she replied in few hours, and she said it was done by mistake because she was just new to Bitcoin. The issue was solved and she sent me the amount necessary to complete the GH. You see, my response helped me to resolve the situation quickly and calmly. If I reacted the opposite, or if I did the opposite thing, what do you think might be the result? It might end differently, right? Maybe if I was swayed easily by my emotion, I had reported her to the CRO, and her account might get suspended, and worse, that person may end up being negative to MMM. So, if ever you are faced with the same situation, the best thing that you can do is to stay calm, seek advice from your guider, and do things in a professional way. Don't make decisions out of anger, and try to contact your provider and ask if he or she does have any trouble sending you the correct amount. Who knows? He might have a valid reason. If he's using Bitcoin, maybe he was just confused on how to do it. If the person uses banks, maybe he just overlooked the amount deposited. There are thousands, as in literally thousands of reasons, so never assume unless you have contacted your provider. And do you know why you had to do this in the first place? Simply because your provider is actually the one giving you the favor. He is fulfilling your GH even though the two of you are strangers. So always exercise kindness. And don't worry, you won't lose anything doing that. In fact, you will gain something, and that is respect. That's it for this week. We will see you again next week. This is Emil saying, remember that everything that I said in this video is just my opinion. Have a great day, guys, and bye-bye.
That ends another edition of MNC, your Mavro news channel. This week will be a busy week for most people around the world. Our Catholic and Orthodox brothers are celebrating their Holy Week starting today, while those of the Jewish faith are also starting their Passover. And on Thursday, our participants in Thailand will have their Songkran festival, and Friday will be Myanmar's Maha Tingyan. May you all enjoy your holidays. I am Mark. Always remember, together we change the world.